Hello and welcome back to the Claudinho F1 channel. Today we'll be chatting about a certain team which I do believe could have a couple of interesting years to come. Today we'll be chatting about Renault F1 team, just chatting about what the future holds for them. Obviously we know Daniel Ricciardo is leaving the team this year. He'll be heading to McLaren. Obviously, Fernando Alonso is joining the team. He is returning to the team where he won his first World Championship. And Esteban Ocon also will be staying at the team for a couple more years. But I do want to first of all chat about how they're doing this season. So they are they're fifth in the Constructors' Championship. Obviously, we know they are battling with McLaren and Racing Point for that third place. Obviously, we know Ferrari are well out of the picture, but obviously, with upgrades to come, and obviously Carlos Sainz coming in, they will get better. But so they're doing decent this season. Obviously, the highlight of their season so far, Daniel Ricciardo getting third place at Nuremberg in Germany. But I do want to kind of look beyond that point. Heading into the 2021 season. Obviously, you know, they'll be rebranding the team to Alpine F1 team. It's an interesting rebrand, to be fair to you. Obviously they will still have that Renault identity, you know, they will still be using those Renault engines, but to be fair, it is an interesting one. I don't see the reason to rebrand, but I've gone into to do some research, and the reason why they're rebranding to Alpine is to promote the Alpine automobile. Basically, they just want to promote Alpine in general, and they believe Alpine has a more French identity to Renault, so that is why they're switching to Alpine. It is interesting because, in my opinion, Renault are more known. We know that Alpine have raced in F1 before, but I don't see the reason why they should rebrand to Alpine, because, you know, Renault are probably, their name is probably more known in F1 than Alpine. So it is interesting, to be fair. It is a shame to not see the Renault name continuing on in F1, because, you know, to be fair to Renault, you know, they are a well-known team. You know, they've been around for a couple of years. Obviously, we know they've had a couple of changes with the names. Obviously, they've supplied different teams, like Lotus. Lotus are a well-known team, which they supplied for. Obviously, they're supplying for McLaren at the moment. Obviously, you know, they're not well known for that, but it'd be sad to see the Renault name go. But I do now want to chat about a bit about the driver changes going into the 2021 season. Obviously, we know that they'll be using the Alpine name, but there's another change also with the team. Fernando Alonso returning to Renault. He will be replacing Daniel Ricciardo, and I do want to chat about that. Daniel Ricciardo is leaving Renault. That's a massive blow for Renault, in my opinion. Daniel Ricciardo obviously is a world-class driver, in my opinion, probably top 5 on the grid right now. Definitely has World Championship caliber, so it's a big blow for Renault to lose him. He's basically come out and said, you know, that, you know, Renault is not what he hoped it would be, in a way, and he'll be joining McLaren, and that's a very big blow, in my opinion. So they have replaced Fernando Alonso, which is exciting, I would say, but also I do question it a bit. Obviously, we know Fernando Alonso is a legend in F1. We know that, obviously. You know, We know that Fernando Alonso knows the people at Renault very, very well. But you know, he is coming on a bit, I would say. You know, he's definitely not the Fernando Alonso we saw whenever he won the World Championships with Renault and Ferrari. You know, he was when the last time we saw him in F1, you know, he was very bang average, I would say, in that McLaren. But obviously you could say that McLaren was very bang average with the Honda engines. Esteban Ocon will be sticking around, and to be fair, I don't rate Esteban Ocon. Obviously we know he's a French driver with a French team. Obviously that will, you know, gain some traction within the French, you know, the French community, French F1 community. The French F1 community will probably want to see Esteban Ocon with Renault, so it kind of makes sense in a way for him to stick around for a little bit more longer. But he really is a bang average driver in my opinion. 12th in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. You know, Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon are driving the same car, and you know, Daniel Ricciardo has been doing wonders with the Renault car this season, but Esteban Ocon has just been bang average. So to be fair, I think there is a stake to be claimed that, you know, both Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon is an interesting lineup. To be fair, I want to chat now about the potential drivers Renault could have had for 2021. Pierre Gasly, obviously we know. It was announced there recently that he would be staying at AlphaTauri, but there was always that scenario whether Pierre Gasly would leave the Red Bull Junior program, and I say the team that he could have been joining would be Renault. Pierre Gasly and Fernando Alonso is an excellent lineup in my opinion. Would he be a good replace? Like, I think Renault should have just been looking at Pierre Gasly, in my opinion. You know, French driver, French team, makes sense in my opinion. You know, Pierre Gasly probably is, you know what I'll say, he probably is the driver of the season so far. You know, he's done wonders for that AlphaTauri team. He should have probably been going to Red Bull, but obviously we will never know what happens with that deal. But yeah, so should Renault have been looking at Pierre Gasly? I do 100% think that. Should they have been looking him over Esteban Ocon? 100%. But obviously, Renault do have a contract to oblige with Esteban Ocon, so it's a big miss for Renault. But also some other interesting drivers, Christian Lundgaard and Guan Yu Zhou. Why haven't they had any sniff of the Renault car? Honestly, you know, Christian Lundgaard is a fabulous young driver. Why isn't he been, you know, why has he done any testing with Renault this season? You know, why? He's, you know, he's a fantastic young driver. To be fair, I think Christian Lundgaard probably would go in and score points at Renault. So why have they not moved in for him? You know, you've got two juniors there in Christian Lundgaard and Guan Yu Zhou. Okay, Guan Yu Zhou, you know, I don't think he'll be in F1, but you know, he's a decent driver in F2. Christian Lundgaard definitely has F1 potential. Why haven't they been given a chance? It doesn't make sense to me, in my opinion. Okay, Fernando Alonso, we know he's a good driver, but you know, he's definitely not the world-class driver we saw. So it really is an interesting driver lineup in my opinion. You know, is Fernando Alonso a good replacement for Daniel Ricciardo? In my opinion, he is not. He is not a good replacement for Daniel Ricciardo. You know, it's just such a big blow. It really is such a big blow. McLaren are getting a hell of a driver Uh, you know, obviously, another question is, you know, how long are we going to see Renault in F1 for? How much longer? You know, they're rebranding to that Alpine team. You know, at the start of the season, we heard the Renault team principal, I forget his name, Cyril something. He came out and he said he disagreed with the 2021 regulations, which was interesting. He said, there is no point in you know, driving, having a team in F1 with those regulations. So there is rumors about Renault, you know, pulling out entirely of F1. To be fair, it's not really looking good for Renault, in my opinion. Obviously, you know, maybe it's a bit bold of me to say, you know, Renault are going to do bad this year, because we haven't seen, you know, Fernando Alonso or Esteban Ocon drive in the 2021 spec, but it doesn't really look good for Renault. You know, obviously we got McLaren with those Mercedes engines, we got Aston Martin coming in. I would say they will still have the same parts from that Racing Point, so they'll still have the same development. So and obviously Ferrari, at the moment Renault are quicker than Ferrari, but obviously we know with the 2021 regulations coming in, with the new upgrades Ferrari will have over the off season, we'll probably see Ferrari get a bit more stronger. So, and obviously AlphaTauri also, you know, AlphaTauri could get quicker than Renault. You know, if they bring in Yuki Tsunoda, AlphaTauri, and Pierre Gasly, you know, that's 100% a better driver lineup than Renault. Renault's a driver lineup in Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon, and you know, it's really not nice to see. You know, Renault, they used to be one of the top teams, but you know, in my opinion, I don't think they're what's the word? I don't think they're looking, you know, I don't think they have a project, in my opinion. You know, I really do think Fernando Alonso was just a publicity stunt. I think it was just to get a couple of, you know, views in. You know, it's you know, Christian Lundgaard there is going to be very bamboozled, in my opinion, with that pick. You know, Renault do have a decent junior program, but you know, I don't know, lads. I really don't know. You know, it's leave comments down below what you think is going to happen with Renault in the future, what you think will happen in the 2021 season, because it really does bamboozle me. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off from this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think will happen to Renault. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and sub, and I will see you for the next one.